Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. We're continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. We made it back to the settlement. We took down the White Lion for probably the last time in a while. When we did, we were able to pick up this resource, this skull resource. And on the bottom it says, when you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains +1 insanity. So we have to give that to somebody that was able to return with us. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Gold Moon, mainly because, well, she has 0. And having 0 insanity in this game is not too good. It's always good to be a little bit insane in this harsh environment. So we took care of that. We also have to make sure that when we did defeat the White Lion, all of our characters are able to gain hunt experience. So we're going to go ahead and give everybody 1 hunt experience. Caramon, Gabrielle, who's becoming just a veteran, and not only that, she's going to gain 1 axe proficiency as well. So she's doing fantastic in that department. Tanis also gets 1. Caramon and Tanis went together in their first adventure, and they made it back okay. Now Gold Moon went not only on the adventure again, she has her 2nd box checked, so she'll be able to take advantage of this age story moment when we get to our settlement. Now the other thing we have to do when we return to our settlement is all of these characters, Aeolus, Xena, Riverwind, and Raceland, all had skip the next hunt checked. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that on all 4 of these characters. Are you ready to see if our characters make it through the settlement phase? If so, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop. Now, if you look at our sheet here, it says that we did the setup. Now we have to do survivors return. Heal returning survivors, remove tokens, do not remove the gear. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. Basically, anybody who has any damage to their light or heavy is what we're going to take the advantage of removing. We're actually only having to remove 1 thing. That is the fact that Gold Moon got hit in the arms a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and erase that. We've completed the returning survivors. Now we're going to go ahead and gain endeavors. So we actually had 4 people return. Oh, it was just marvelous. And so we're going to gain these 4 endeavors. Now, before we update the timeline, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this age story moment that we have for Gold Moon. So let's go check out what happened to Gold Moon. So Gold Moon is going to take advantage of the age story event. We've read this before, so I'm actually not going to read it to you. Basically, I have to roll, gain a weapon proficiency. For her, I'm actually going to again choose Dagger, basically because that's what she's using right now. Who knows if that's what's going to happen in the future. But she's going to take Dagger as her weapon proficiency, and we'll see how that works for her in the future. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to roll on this table right here, and this time I'm going to roll 2d10. The last time I did this, I didn't. I only rolled 1, so I've got my 2d10. We're just going to roll them right here on the book and see what we get. Oh, it rolled totally off the book, so we got to roll that again. All right, see what we get this time. We got a 6 and a 2. That is going to be an 8. So if you look right here, it says gain 1 random fighting art. So here's our deck of fighting arts. We're going to mix them up a little bit. We're going to see which random one Gold Moon gains. She's going to gain this one right here. It is Timeless Eye fighting art. Your attack roll is a perfect hit on a result of 9 or 10. You cannot use Timeless Eye if you have the blind severe injury. Oh, that's going to be fantastic for her because she's using that dagger right now. And her bone dagger actually has a little ability here. It says on a perfect hit, gain +1 survival. A perfect hit is a roll of a lantern 10. Now it's a 9 or 10 since she has Timeless Eye. Wow, what a great fighting art for Gold Moon. Wow. So I've gone and wrote Timeless Eye down here under Fighting Arts. Now, she can only have a maximum of 3. So right now she's the Orator of Death and has Timeless Eye. Oh, she's doing awesome. We're going to go ahead and put her back over there, and we're going to move on to the rest of our settlement phase. Now, before we go ahead and update our timeline, I'm going to lay out our principle of graves and also our 4 innovations that we have in case they might have to come into play during our update timeline event. Also, I have our innovation deck. We're going to put that over to the side, a little bit off camera, not the end of the world. So we're going to go ahead and look at what we have going on here. We have Nemesis Encounter, Butcher Level 1, and Skull Eater, all going to take place during this, our 4th lantern year. Now, the first thing we have to do is draw a settlement event. So let's see what happens. I'm also going to cross off 4. We made it to lantern year 4. That's not too bad. We only got a little bit left, like almost all of it. All right, we're going to take our settlement events and we're going to see what happens to our brave survivors. I'm just going to shuffle them a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and take our top card. It says Hunt Reenactment Settlement Event. Nominate the group's favorite survivor to play the hunter. Nominate your least favorite survivor to play the monster. Pick one monster from the settlement list of defeated monsters. We only have one, and that's the White Lion. So we have to nominate our favorite survivor. Okay, I think our favorite survivor is Gold Moon. Why not? Gold Moon's our favorite survivor. Now, who's our least favorite survivor? Well, that's going to be a real tough one. Let me tell you why. It's going to be Aeolus. I don't know why I love to pick on this guy. All right, Aeolus is our least favorite survivor. All right, so it says here, costume, claws, draw real blood, and the hunter falls. The survivor nominated to be the hunter is dead. What? The survivor nominated to be the monster gains Monster Claw style fighting art. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's if I roll a 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Oh, I thought that just happened automatically. 4, 5, 6, or 7. Is the monster a nemesis monster? No. All right, so first we got to roll a die and see what happens. Hopefully not a 1, 2, or 3. That's going to be really bad. So we're going to take our die and roll it up. Let's see what we get. Oh, we got an 8. All right, let's see what 8 says. Well, 8 says 4, 5, 6. Is the monster? No, it's not. Okay, let's see what it says. Is the monster a quarry monster? Yes, it is. A quarry monster would be the White Lion, I believe. Yes, it is a quarry monster, our White Lion. So we're going to go ahead and read what it says. I don't think this is going to be good for Aeolus. It says, yes. Through the performance, the settlement reveals a heroic moment of their survival. The settlement phase, all departing survivors gain survival up to the settlement survival limit. Oh, that's not too bad. All right, that's actually pretty good. All right, we were able to survive this. So Aeolus actually made it through. He didn't die. And it looks like all of our departing survivors are going to have their full survival limit given to them. Well, that's awesome. All right, so that was our settlement event. Wow, the Hunt Reenactment. That one was actually pretty cool. I like that. So now with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and throw Gold Moon over here. Aeolus, you're still alive. Wow, he just keeps on coming back. Now we have to go ahead and deal with the Skull Eater settlement event. This happened because of our last settlement event. We had to go ahead and do this. So we're going to go through these and find it. All right, here's our Skull Eater settlement event. Randomly choose a returning survivor and give them +3 insanity. If there are no returning survivors, choose a survivor from the settlement to gain +3 insanity. All right, we have to choose a random survivor. Normally you could choose like a token out of a bag or something, but I'm just going to roll this little die here. So Caramon is going to be 1 and 2. Gabrielle is 3 and 4. Tanis is 5 and 6, and Gold Moon is 7 and 8. A 9 and 10, I will roll again. Maybe 9 and 10, I'll just make it be Aeolus. No, I can't do that. That's totally illegal. All right, we got a 9. Well, that would have been Aeolus. That's awesome. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's Gabrielle. Gabrielle is going to be our randomly chosen returning survivor. So she is going to gain +3 insanity. Wow, that brings her insanity up to 5. That's absolutely amazing. All right, so she's totally insane now. That's awesome. All right, she's insane. It says, the survivor consumes the skull of a deceased survivor. They awaken a hunger that cannot be stopped and roll on the table below. They gain the following impairment: marrow hunger. When the murder or Skull Eater settlement events are drawn, this survivor is nominated. Oh, yuck. Oh, this is terrible. All right, I'm going to write down under disorder, marrow hunger. Wow, I wonder what that's going to mean. Well, I know what it means. It means he's going to probably kill and eat everybody. All right, Gabrielle, don't be too bad. All right, so we have to roll on a D10. So let's see what we got. We're going to roll our die. We got a 9. All right, so we got a 9. Let's see what happens. There's our 9. It says, the Skull Eater may cure themselves. They lose all survival and insanity and skip the next hunt to remove the Morrow Hunger impairment. If they don't, add murder settlement event to the next timeline. Okay, no, we're just gonna, I think that's a fantastic, oh no, a 9 is up here, that's a 10. I would have loved a 10. It says, the other survivors redirect the Skull Eater's hunger. They may spend 2 endeavor to replace Morrow Hunger impairment with binge eating disorder. If they don't, add the murder settlement event to the timeline next year. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, murder's probably not one of the better settlement events. So I think binge eating will probably be okay. We're going to go ahead and lose 2 endeavors to go ahead and change Morrow Hunger to binge eating. All right, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get rid of this. Okay, that didn't last long. I guess I didn't need to write it down, but oh well. And now we're going to write down binge eating now. That's fantastic. I'm sure this is going to be just as awesome. Well, it actually can't be any worse because murder can't be any good at all. All right, let's check out what binge eating is. So our binge eating disorder here, it says, eating is the only thing that helps you escape your miserable life. You cannot depart unless you have consumable gear in your gear grid. You must consume if a choice to consume arises. Oh, wow, this is terrible. I don't think I can get rid of this either. Oh, no. All right, so she cannot go out on a hunt unless she has a piece of consumable gear in the gear grid. And then I must consume it if a choice comes towards it. All right, so that's awesome. All right, it does say down here, record and archive this. So more people can have binge eating. That's awesome. I don't think I have any consumable gear at this time, so she's not going to be going on any hunts for a while. Skull Eater, wow, this was terrible. I don't want to see this one again. All right, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it because, well, we at least survived it. We've gone ahead and updated our timeline. The only thing left on our timeline is going to be our Nemesis encounter, Butcher level 1. And we'll take care of that when we get to it. Next, we're going to update our death count. We don't have any death count, thank goodness. Then we're going to check milestones and story events. We don't have any right now. We did have our age event. I took care of that already. I maybe did that prematurely, but I think you're supposed to do that when it actually hits. And I think we should have done that during right at the end of the encounter. If not, this is when we're supposed to do it, I believe. So we've done that. We're going to move into our development step. And look at all these resources we have that we can use to craft things. So if we look through all of our settlement events, locations we have, the Catatarium, of course, comes to our mind. We have these sinew and golden whiskers. So with the sinew, we can make a catgut bow, which probably is not too bad. A sinew and a bone. Well, I don't see why we don't do that. I think we're going to go ahead and make a catgut bow. That's one of the things we make. The other thing we have that's really interesting is these golden whiskers. Our golden whiskers, along with, oh, it looks right here, a bone, allows us to make a whisker harp. Let's take a look at that. So here's our catgut bow. It says weapon ranged bow two-handed. Cumbersome. So that means I can't move and fire this at the same time. Range 6. Aim. When you attack before rolling to hit, you may reduce the speed of this weapon to gain +2 accuracy for the attack. Well, that's not too bad. So the accuracy would be 5+. Reduce this, but I only get 1 shot. Oh, I see. That makes sense. You're aiming more at the bow. All right, okay, we're going to get the catgut bow. That's pretty good. Our whisker harp. Let's see what it says. On arrival, all survivors gain +1 survival. Well, you can't go wrong with that. And it says here, strum. Roll a d10 on a result of 6 or plus. Discard 1 mood card currently in play. Well, that's actually pretty good too. I think we're going to get both of these. Why not? We're going to get both of those by using our golden harp, our golden whiskers, and also a bone resource. And we're also going to use our sinew and bone resource. Wow, that's awesome. All right, so there's those things. Now, the other thing we want to do is, of course, we probably want to innovate. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of one of our endeavors, and then we're going to have to discard a monster hide, a bone, which all I have are these great cat bones. And sadly, I think I'm going to have to use this. It's the only other organ we have left. So I think it's best to do that. We're going to discard those 3 things and our endeavor to draw 4 cards from our innovation deck and see what we get. Well, I better shuffle this up a little bit. I don't know if I shuffled it since last time we had this. All right, shuffle it up a little bit and we get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what our innovation cards are. One we have that we can choose from is ammonia. Now, we could have got this from the white line, but we never actually were, I guess, what is it? We have enough understanding, I think, is what we needed. It says a pungent, boilless substance, ideal for crafting leather and treating wounds. Departing survivors gain +1 survival. Okay, I think we needed this for something. Heat, drums, ammonia. I could make a rawhide whip with a bone and a hide. Let me see what that looks like. So here's our rawhide whip. It says it's a 3, where you get to roll 3 dice, 7 plus 1 to wound. So it's very similar to our daggers. It says provoke. When you wound with this weapon, gain the priority target token. Wow, that would be really good for if you had like this really awesome tank guy standing in front of you, kind of like Caramon with all that gear last time. All right, this is a possibility. So that's what we could do if we decide to get ammonia. We're going to go on to the next one. Our next one is family. It's a home hovel consequence. It says departing survivors gain +1 survival. Survivors nominated for intimacy may give themselves a surname if they do not have one. A newborn survivor inherits the surname of one parent, their weapon type, and half rounded down of their weapon proficiency levels. Oh, that's not too bad. If I don't have too many weapon proficiencies right now. Shrine. Oh, what's this? It says maybe used once per settlement phase. Armor ritual. Departing survivors get +1 insanity, or final adjustment. Departing survivors add +1 to all hit locations. Wow, that's awesome. All right, we're going to probably take that one. Storytelling, though, this one might be pretty good, too. There were a lot of things that had to do with storytelling. Survival limit +1. That's going to be really good, especially since we know going out in this next hunt, I believe we all get our starting survival at the fullest because of our settlement event. All right, let's see. It says departing survivors gain +3 insanity, gain an understanding, or I can get the white speaker. I don't know what that is, but this sounds pretty cool. All right, storytelling or shrine, I think, are the ones to go. This ammonia seems pretty cool, but I don't know. I think we're going to take storyteller or shrine. I think that's our plan. I just got to figure out which one. So we're going to put these two back in our deck, and we're going to have to figure this one out. We're going to hold on to that for now. And I'm going to go put this whip away because we can't really use it because I decided not to take ammonia. And I know I'm supposed to choose one of these right now, but I just want to look and see what else we got here. Bonesmith. I have a hide and a bone left. Let's see what we can make here. Lots of stuff here. I'm probably going to make that skull helm again. I don't see why not. Oh, wait, ammonia allows us to make pickaxes and sickles, too. Oh, that's not too bad, but I need leather. I don't have anything that's leather. All right. Let's see what else we've got. We've got these. Organs, fresh, canthus. Nope, they can't do anything there. Here we can make some of our hide gear again. We have one hide. Oh, we can make bandages. Bandages are really good. I should probably get some bandages. I think we're definitely going to do that. I'm going to use my hide. The one hide I have left, which is our lion tail, we're going to use that to get some bandages. Here's our bandages. It says, as an action, remove up to 2 bleeding tokens from yourself or an adjacent survivor. We're going to get those. Those are awesome. And now the only things we really have left are 2 different pieces of bone. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make another skull helm with this, because why not? It's better than just using it as just nothing when you can actually make something pretty cool with it. So we're going to gain a skull helm, and then we also can make one more weapon if we want. We've got a lot of the weapons that we've already seen right here. We have a bone dagger, a bone blade, a bone axe, we got bone darts. We don't have this bone club, but I need 3 of them, so that ain't happening. Maybe we don't need to make, maybe, you know, we could save our bone. Why not? We can save this great cat bone. We don't have to use it to build everything. But I think we're going to get another skull helm, because not everybody has head armor right now. So here's our skull helm. So we have a bone darts, and we also have the bone dagger on one of our survivors. Caramon himself is using that bone blade. Oh, it might be Caramon. It might be somebody else now. And we also have Gabrielle, who's using that bone axe, and Tanis, he doesn't have a weapon yet, so he'll be able to use maybe the catgut bow. That might be something he might use. And then we have to give the harp to somebody as well, just because we can get the +1 survival of anything. That's really good. So we have our 4 things crafted, and I think we're going to hold on to our last bone piece. I don't think we need to craft anything. If you think we should craft something with this bone, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and archive this when we get a chance. I'm going to take our settlement locations, put them back over here, and now I know we really have to make a decision here. I've gone ahead and decided to take storytelling. I like the idea of getting +1 survival limit, especially when you get to leave with max survival. I think that's really good. Now, I don't have enough endeavors at this point to go ahead and roll on the story time table, but maybe next time. And that would be too bad, because any one of these must be pretty good. Gain +1 understanding, all departing survivors +3 insanity. That's not the end of the world. And the white speaker, I don't know what that is. It'd be kind of cool to see what that is. Now, of course, I'm giving up the shrine, which could be really good to help with defense. What do you guys think? Do you think I should have kept the shrine and not storytelling? Please leave in the comments below which one of these two you think I should take. If it's a huge majority to go with the shrine, then I have no problem switching it and maybe going ahead and using my last endeavor to roll on this table before we go on. But for right now, we're going to take storytelling. I'm going to move shrine back over there, put storytelling up into our innovations, and then I'm going to go ahead and add our innovation for our storytelling consequence. Now that leaves us with one endeavor and one great cat bone, and also we have our lonely ant. Now I'm going to perform a massive trick. You can tell me if this is wrong, but I think this is a great trick. Archive this to swap your insanity and your survival values. All right, here's the deal. Gold Moon, I guess it's not going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. A lot of people don't have a lot of survival. I was really hoping somebody would have a lot of survival and I could switch it for insanity right now, but I don't. Actually, the one I was thinking about was Gold Moon. But Gold Moon only has 2 survival, so switching her survival and insanity isn't really that big of a deal. So I guess that was going to be my big trick. Now this is consumable, but sadly I have to archive it. It's not like consumable gear, so I can't deal with the binge eating because of it. Now, we're going to go ahead and put these to the side. We'll archive them later. We've gone ahead and finished our development, so the last thing we have to do is prepare departing survivors. So now we have to choose which survivors are going to come with us. Now, we have 3 here, Gabrielle, Eolus, and Raceland, that aren't going to go with us on this one. She can't because of her binge eating. I'd really like her to come with us. She's got that axe proficiency. She's starting to get really good. She would have gotten to this specialist point here if she would have gone one more time and wounded with it. But Eolus and Raceland are both missing arms, and Eolus has got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So we're going to go ahead and put those to the side. They're not going to be able to come with us. But we do have Riverwind, Caramon, Goldmoon, Xena, and Tanis that could all come with us. And I think our winner is going to be these 4. I don't think Tanis is going to come. We're going to have Riverwind, Caramon, Goldmoon, and Xena all go on this next hunt together. So we're going to have to go and see what they're going to bring with them. This is our first survivor. This is going to be Caramon. Caramon's right here. I gave him the bone axe since Gabrielle's not coming, and I also gave him the whisker harp. He can maybe surge to use the whisker harp if we ever need to maybe get rid of a mood on our next hunt. But for right now, Caramon's going to still gain this entire rawhide set, and he's also going to gain an insanity and a survival when he gets to the showdown. I think that's going to be pretty good. And right now he only has 1 insanity, so that'll be pretty good. Now, of course, the survival doesn't matter because we all get max when we leave. Now, of course, if we lose any during the hunt, we'll be able to gain some back with these stone noses. But that is where we stand. He still gets a +1 evasion, so I think we're going to be okay. That's going to be Caramon. And before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and give him his 5 survival. That's right, we get 5. Wow, I shot that card across the board. The reason we get 5 survival is because of our innovations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got 1 for naming our settlement. So that's 5 survival. Wow, we're going to be doing awesome. Next is going to be Xena. This is what she's going to be wearing. She's going to gain that skull helm, bone blade, rawhide vest, rawhide boots. I gave her the bandages and also another piece of cloth armor. We had this in our archives area of our settlement sheet, so we had an extra one of those. Remember, we lost one in our last one. So we're going to go ahead and give those to her. This is Xena. Xena's going in. The reason I gave her the sword is she has that sword weapon proficiency. So she's all set to go. I'm going to give her also the 5 survival that she's going to need to go into this battle. Next we have Riverwind. This is what Riverwind's using, but I don't think I'm going to give him the stone noses. The reason why is I was just looking at his character card, and he's already got 5 insanity. He doesn't need any more, considering he's going to be leaving here with 5 survival. But he's going to be gaining that cat eye circlet. I gave him the catgut bow, so he can kind of be about anywhere on the map and maybe fire off an arrow or 2. So he's also got 5, so he's got 6 speed. I think he's got 6 movement. That'll be really good. 5 survival, 5 brains. He's got that monster claw tooth, or monster claw fighting art, which is why I don't really give him too many hand-to-hand weapons. If he gets up close, he's just going to bite him, because he gets +1 accuracy and +1 strength and savage with his fist and tooth here. I'm going to pass these on to somebody else. We're going to pass these on to Goldmoon. She's going to take them. Her stuff hasn't changed too much. She's going to keep the same type of things. Now we do have to change her survival to 5, so that's going to be really good. And she's only got 1 insanity, which is why I thought it'd be best to give her these stone noses. She's also got that Orator of Death and the Timeless Eye perfect hit thing, which is going to be awesome. So she might get a chance to keep her survival. She keeps on rolling 9s and 10s. So those are all our survivors. We're all set to go out on our next hunt. Let us see what comes next. And the next thing that happens is we have our special showdown, which is going to be against the Butcher level 1. Now notice it comes in this area, so I don't get to archive my resources. I have to take them with me, and I also can't end really the settlement phase. We just go straight into this special showdown with the Butcher. And here he is, the Butcher. We're going to go ahead and read a little bit about the Butcher, and then we're going to go ahead into his showdown. And again, like I've said in previous videos, this game is not exactly for all ages, so some of the pictures might depict scenes that might not be appropriate for young children. So it says right here, there once was a man who could not hide his fear. He wore a mask that transformed his cowardice into rage. In turn, the man transformed into a monster. All that remained was a devouring fury that stalked the night, collecting the fearless faces of others. That's right, we're going to be facing the Butcher. So here's the Butcher miniature. He has this big cloak with a lot of different skulls and lanterns from previous people in the past. He's got a little bit of armor. He's got these huge giant butcher cleavers. Oh, he's going to be bad news to fight. Now, normally I don't paint blood on miniatures, but I figure he's a butcher. He might as well. I even kind of made some so it looks like it's even dripping off there, but I didn't actually put some on the ground, but that's okay. It kind of is dripping off a little bit. So that is our Butcher. We're going to be fighting him in the next showdown. There is not a hunt for this. This is a special showdown. And those that have played the game before have probably been waiting for this moment for a long time. No more white lions. We're going to be moving on to the Butcher. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope you're ready to see if we can take on the Butcher. He's going to be awesome. I hope you enjoy the showdown. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like symbol, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell symbol, and you'll know when the Butcher showdown starts. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. Was my innovation selection not the greatest, or was it okay for this time? I grabbed I didn't grab the shrine. Instead, I grabbed storytelling. Do you think that was an okay choice, or should I have taken shrine? Let me know in the comments below. We have 4 survivors that are going to be taking on the Butcher. Do you think they have what it takes? To find out, I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.